This is Ralph Irvin at Spalding Field, where UCLA has just completed their last practice of the spring before Saturday's spring game. And I'm here with UCLA's new defensive coordinator, Joe Tresey. Coach, how has the spring gone for you?
Well, so far it's gone very well. You know, we've put a lot of things in. Our guys have been engaged learners. They've come out to work every day. We're very pleased as a staff with their improvement. And, we really feel very optimistic right now about the direction we're headed.
And one thing Coach Neuheisel said the day that you were announced as the new hire was the defense may look similar, but it's going to play very differently. And that's been pretty apparent since almost the first day of camp.
Well, I don't know the way they played last year. I only know the way we're going to play this year. So, you watch it all the time. We're just trying to get better every day. We're trying to be a very urgent defense, a defense that plays with high energy and a lot of motors running all the time. So that's our goal, and, we're just going to keep going.
Well, and one thing that's been apparent is there's a lot of energy. You mentioned urgency and just an aggressiveness where any guy can come at any time, and it is going to be 2, 3, 4 guys on you if you've got the football.
Well, we're planning it that way. We hope it ends up like that. That's the game plan. But, when you install, you put a lot of things in it. You're not necessarily going to run all those things during the course of a game. You're going to pick and choose from your package, what's going to fit your opponent. But we've thrown a lot at them. They've been we've been pleasantly surprised as a staff how they've picked it up and, how we've gotten better each day.
One thing that I've noticed about you out here at practice is you don't just focus on one area of the defense. At one moment you'll be with the DBs, then the linebackers, then the defensive line. If somebody does something good, you're running up to pat them on the backside. If they do something bad, well, you're running up to pat them on the backside and tell them something a little bit differently. But that's really your style, though, is to really involve yourself with every level of the defense.
Well, I really love what I do for a living, and I love being around young people, and I don't care where you're at. This sport just has an energy and a dynamic to it that it's unlike any other sport. And then throwing your players, that come out every day and they punch the clock and they work their tail off, and you get excited, you get enthused, and it's a great way to live, let me tell you.
It's the nature of college football, but especially so the way that this defense is in terms of there's some veteran guys and then there's a lot of youth. How much do you have to rely on those veteran guys to be leaders on the field, and you have to teach them how to coach on the field during games?
Well, again, I think it's a process, and we're getting to know the Tony Dyes, the Sean Westcase, and Nate Chandlers as we go day by day. I think the thing we've tried to tell them is that they need to be accountable in their meeting room first and foremost. They need to know the entire defense. They need to be the role model. Once that occurs, and it has been occurring, then they can lead their room and step out and lead the defense. So I think it's important that we establish identity within our groups, and then from there let those leaders emerge from those rooms as our leaders of the defense.
And as you're going through and evaluating the talent that's on this defense, one thing is for sure is you didn't come in with preconceived notions based off a roster sheet. You really wanted to see how each individual guy played, and it doesn't matter how big or small he is. If he makes plays, he's going to be out there.
Well, we talk about it all the time, and if you've been at practice, we've had a lot of different ones, a lot of different so-called twos. We like to call it the next man in. And, we really don't have what we call two. It's the next man in, because the next man in has to play as well as the guy that's in there. So if you notice, we've played a lot of different individuals, and we're trying to find out from a competitive aspect who are guys that want to get on that field, and who's got the motor, who's going to play with the sense of urgency, who's going to communicate, who's going to do all those very important items at a very high level. And I think when you have competition, it makes people rise to the top. And we've been very pleased, like I've stated. I don't mean to be redundant, but we're very happy with the progress of this defense right now.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck in the scrimmage on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's UCLA defensive coordinator Joe Tresey. Of course, the best coverage of Saturday's scrimmage at Drake Stadium. You get it all right here at UCLABruins.com.